What's the vibe, guys? RasLunacy here with a leg day video, as you can hear my voice. And one thing I'll get to say with every leg day video, and I know I'm stretching my shoulders and things, but I do a extensive stretch on every leg day, especially where my hip abductors are. And this can be different from person to person, but I would suggest stretching the hip abductors or the groin area, which I will go into. So these stretches are very good for the groin, and you'll see I'll do a bit of the ankle at this point as well. You'll see when I turn it out, that stretch is really good. And when you by turning the ankle, I feel different kind of stretches within the groin as well. And this is very good because I have felt severe soreness within my groin during my leg days, and I think a part of the reason is due to actually having weak hip abductors. I think as my hip abductors become stronger, I'll come to find that a different part of my body may become the limiting factor, and then that one may need warming up more and things of that nature, because when whatever becomes the limiting factor is when you're pushing to your limits is what's most likely to get injured and cramped and sore, etc. So I have a big issue with my groin and stuff, so you'll come to find that my leg day stretches take the longest. So this stretch routine is probably like 10 minutes long, and honestly I don't know if it's 10 minutes long, but yeah, I stretch I'll come down to the groin stretches now. The groin stretches are really good. So these stretch a bit of the hamstrings and lower back, and then these are really good for hamstrings. These are really good for hamstrings. I'm wondering if I do hamstrings at some point in this session, but I'm wondering if I start with hamstrings. I don't often do hamstring stretches. The main things I do is the groin. The first ones where I do both legs and stuff, and those are really the main stretches I do. This one's really good. When you go right down into the squat and you kind of put your elbows into your knees, so you kind of give it a bit of a stretch, and you'll see me come in and out a bit. Then basically bodyweight squat, come back, start stretching the groin. Still as you can see, as I said, lots of groin stretches, and I'll turn the torso left and right within the stretches as well, just to kind of, stretch out as much of the surface area of the because these muscles are actually unseeable. The ones I'm trying to stretch, they're actually within the musculature, so to stretch them properly for me, I've found I've got to do a crazy variety of different stretches. And to be honest, I didn't probably need to do as much as there are different days when I'm warmer than some. I probably didn't need, maybe I did need, I do as much stretching as I think is required. So I probably still felt like there was a little hitch somewhere that I was trying to get to. And it's the reason I've continued stretching. I think I may have just got it doing, yeah, these little dynamic movements here, you'll see them do it in football a lot. They help me a lot just to get the final little nicks and crannies out of the groin area. And I think I'm finishing up now. So alright, so now, as we say, we're warming up the hip abductors. So therefore we're starting with, you guessed it, hip abductions. So yeah, not no heavyweight. As I said, my hip abductors I reckon are weak. So I've been working my way up with my hip abductors. I haven't done anything crazy in terms of weight. I don't think I can handle anything crazy, but yeah, I've been moving. I started with probably 18, and I think this is 23 kg. So now I just do it very slow, controlled, and I kind of try to get as much of a stretch as possible into the groin as well. So anyways, moving right along into the main event, and I did start with the bar. Don't worry, guys. This is, and I probably even did 40 kg as well. And then, of course, moving on, after we do the bar and everything, warm up, get the foot placements feeling right, feel the groove a little bit, we get into not working sets, warming up to the working sets, getting the, what do they call it? Oh, a little booty action and a little underwear action. Not too bad there. I think we're going to have a few of those throughout this. Not too bad. But anyways, I think also, yeah, only a couple reps, as I said. We're just warming up to what we're working with. I think this is 80 kg now, so. And what the key here is really is to have even your sets with the bar, even your reps with the bar need to be looking the exact same. You want to try and have the same type of form throughout the whole thing. Form, I think, is the key to avoiding injuries. So you'll realize I even do a little pause at the bottom with the 80 and stuff of that nature. So yeah, that's 80. I think we move up to, what's this, 90, I believe. Yes. So we'll move up to 90, and I think we just do maybe one here, because I think 90 is right. But 90 is actually what we should be working with. I'm pretty sure, based on, I think I was working with 85 or 87.5 the week before. So this should really be what I'm working with. But I reckon because I'm on camera and I know I'm recording, I'm going to try and move like I'm a big man and put 2 big fat dirty wheels on there. Let's have a look and see. 2 big fat dirty wheels. So 100 kg, I put the, and you know, at this point I put the belt on and everything, and I try, so I think this is my first working set, so I'm gonna go for 5. But what you'll come to find is these reps do not look like my other reps, and the main reason for that is because I'm not meant to be doing 100 kg. You know, it's the parallel, but really I'm meant to be going much lower than this, and even maybe pausing. You know, it may have, you know, I could have put my heels up or whatever, but I'm really big on mobility and flexibility, and I really want to be able to do a ass to grass squat barefooted. Honestly, you know, everyone's got their different goals, but the main thing to mine is just I just want to be really, I'm really into flexibility. But anyways, 100 kg, and now we actually start doing the weight we're meant to be doing, which this is, I'm pretty sure, 85. Maybe 85, maybe 87.5. At this point, who the hell knows? I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's 87.5, and I can tell because there's 2 small weights, but one is smaller than the next. It's 1.25s on the end there. So I'm pretty sure this is 87.5, and these reps are beautiful. These reps are paused. I go below parallel. Yeah, I let my hamstring kiss my calf a little bit, and I'm going back up. This is what when you want to know if you've hit depth, is your hamstring kissing your calf. That is when you know you've hit depth. That is always the main way you can know if you've hit ultimate depth. Not trying to say parallel ain't legal. It's a legal squat. But if we're talking about just during training, as in we're not trying to show off, we're not trying to go for as much weight as possible, this is really how our reps are meant to be looking, aren't they? Full depth, full everything, and then in competition, when we're coming up to competition, we practice more of parallel and we get into, but anyway, I'm getting too into it. We're talking about my routine here a little bit. So we go for 5 sets of squats, and we're trying to do a 5 by 5. So we started with 100, and then we back down to 87.5, and we did that set of 5. I think I've missed a set, so there's a 3rd set that I didn't get a chance to video. So I'm pretty sure I've done 1 set, 2 set. This is my 4th set, I'm pretty sure. But I'm going to be very upset because this 4th set was not as difficult as my 3rd set. I wish I got that 3rd set, because I love, for me, the joy of the gym is that final rep moving extremely slow. Not because you're trying to do a slow rep, but let's have a look at my final rep quickly. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but you're going to hear that I didn't like it because my 3rd set, that shit looked like it took everything out of me. Because set 3. Because set 3 was harder than set 4. Yeah, I'm not too happy about that, I can't lie. But we still have a redeemer in the final set, lads, which is why I shouldn't be too mad at myself. I'm in the middle of squats, mate. You know, shit gets to you. You be getting dizzy, you be thinking about life, you be wondering if after this you're done. You be considering all sorts of stuff. Oh, someone's just come up to me asking if I'm recording, if they can borrow stuff. I love people like that. So anyways, let's get into the final set of squats. And this is like, I always start my workouts with my main exercise, or the exercise I'm trying to put the most work into. So my big thing is bench press, squat. Those are my 2 big ones. My bench press, my squat, and I guess I'm trying to get my deadlift up. But man, when I do my deadlift day, that's like every 2 or 3 weeks, because that deadlift day be taking everything out of me to recover, mate. But there's a part of me that reckons I need to do deadlifts more often, so my body becomes more accustomed to it. Ooh, that was a good rep. Do I do one more? Ooh, go on then, mate. Go on then, RasLunacy. You know, he ain't too bad at pushing himself. Go on then, 5th rep. Stop. Up. Oh, that final set wasn't too bad, mate. I don't know if that was 4 or 5 reps, but yeah, I'll usually just on the final set. If I could have even gotten 6, I would have gone for it. I'll just go until failure or until I'm sure I'll fail on the next one. So moving on, leg press. I don't remember what the weight here is. Just do something that challenges you. Record what it is so you know to keep doing that weight for more reps, or do more weight for less reps, or same reps so you progressive overload. So I don't know how many we get, but I think the main thing here, what I'm trying to focus on, is trying to get my quads involved. So you realize I do a lot of movements because I'm trying to still focus in on my quads, because you know what? I need to do more Romanian deadlifts because I really do need to work my hamstrings in different ways outside of just hamstring curls. But the thing about Romanian deadlifts for me is, if I've done deadlifts or squats recently, my lower back quickly becomes the limiting factor. And it's not as if I don't feel my hamstrings, but it just basically means that my lower back is going to take another day to recover, and it kind of messes with the program just a little bit. But you know, we'll work through these things. It's not anything to be too like concerned about, or whatever the case is. Nothing to be too concerned about, lads. So you know, we 11 minutes, 12, well, coming up to 12 minutes into the video, and you know, all we've done is stretch, squats, and leg press. So all we've done is stretch and like quad focused movements. But the quad, you realize the quad movements, the pressing movements for the legs take a whole lot out of you. Whereas I find hamstring curls, you could either put them at the start or at the end of the workout, but regardless, they don't affect squats too much, and they don't affect leg press too much. So as we come from leg press, we head over to the machine right beside it, and we start running hamstring curls. And what you'll find with hamstring curls for me is I like to do them slow and controlled, because for some reason my hamstrings are also diddly weak, especially in comparison to my squats. And I know they're weak because even when I do low weight, my hamstrings be fighting, struggling. I even think I've got like poor connective tissues and joints back there, because it be feeling clicky every time, and I've got to work from 18 kg to 23 to 27. I think I'm at 27 or right above 27 now, but I think my lower back in this was actually becoming the limiting factor, because I think I had done deadlifts recently, but as I said, I've got some weak hamstrings in comparison to my quads. Yeah, definitely my lower back was the limiting factor. I'm trying to stretch it here because I'm starting to feel it. And I'm trying to say, bro, I ain't here for a lower back workout. This is meant to be hamstring curls. But I know Romanian deadlifts are going to be worst. So what's the point? So anyways, I tell myself, stop being a bitch. Let's just do these hamstring curls. So anyways, I like to do them slowly. Maybe that is a part of the reason why it's killing my back. But I don't know. I feel like if you do them fast, it's the same thing. I don't know. I was just trying to make sure to use my hamstrings as much as possible and not any other muscle group. But anyways, yeah, this is how my hamstring curls look. Full range of motion all the way out to the stretched position. You don't need to rest like I did, but all the way out stretch, and then when you start getting tired, I'll start maybe shortening the reps or doing the reps in an area that I can actually handle. So anyways, I'm not going all the way out this time because I think I finally stopped feeling clicky. I'm finally warm to do hamstring. Yes, it took my hamstrings a full set and a few reps into the second set to start feeling like they're warm and not clicky anymore. And this is the problem when throughout the years of my lifting career, where I've always been bench, deadlift, squat focused, I have left lacking many muscle groups, including hamstrings, biceps, and maybe a few others if you guys can imagine. But I end up with a decent looking physique in the end anyways, which is why I tell people it doesn't matter if you haven't found the perfect program, just doing something will do something. And I wasn't consistent. But I will say, now that I have started lifting and I'm getting into it, and I'm being consistent, and I'm seeing some muscle groups bigger than the rest, and I'm starting to realize what muscle groups are lacking, it becomes a lot more easy to shape my own program. Honestly, for me, only two people need a coach or someone to build a program for them? Beginners or people just getting back into it? And people trying to be competitive at the top level, like you're trying to be an Olympian or a world record holder or something. Those are the only two types of people I think generally need a coach. Like, you don't have to be going for like, if you're just competing for your country and you don't make finals or whatever, that's cool as well. You just, you know, you're doing it for for competition purposes. Look at this guy sitting on the floor. He's a prick, you know. You ain't even done nothing, mate, today. You've been slacking off all day. Wait, he really hasn't, but I don't know why I'm talking about myself like this. But yeah, I think this is the last set of hamstrings now, and hamstrings, they burn like biceps. Them bros, hamstrings are funny because them bros, it's like they start off strong and then out of nowhere you hit a rep, it's like, raw. If I hit a wall or something. And it's kind of, there's a few, there's a few lifts that out of nowhere you just hit a wall with them. They're weird. Anyways, yeah, this is definitely my last set of hamstrings. I think there's something funny that happens here, like I get shot or something. Hold on. Go on. Go on. Push. Push. Fight it. Fight it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Fight it. Go on. Oh my days, he's a madman. Look at him. He's suffering. Brother's half dead. It's like I've been shot. So final exercise, we're doing the, what are these called? It's not lunges, are they? Oh man, Bulgarian split squats, I believe is the name of these ones. But I guess you could just call them one-legged lunges, I guess. Lunges, they're not much different, are they? 12 and a half in each hand, ain't nothing crazy. 12 and a half to make it 25 kg. Ain't nothing crazy. I was actually due to do pistol squats, but then I realized that's very quad focused and these may bring the hamstrings a little bit more into it. So I've decided to do these. Yeah, when you hear me going, yeah, that's the I'm fighting. I'm fighting. That is the I'm fighting. I don't even remember this workout, but I'm looking at it back now and I can tell you right now, I did not enjoy myself. I can see that I fought this workout still. I actually fought. It wasn't... But yeah, this is a typical workout, to be fair. Most of my leg workouts I've got to fight for my life anyways. It's the reason I'm so scared to do legs. But literally, once you get there, you start telling yourself, I'm glad I came. So it's not really that big a deal. You just know it's going to be hard, and because you know it's going to be hard, you're kind of telling yourself, rah, this is going to be hard. But yeah, this is what a typical leg day looks like for me. Squats, some form of hamstring curls or Romanian deadlifts, so you work both. And that's basically it, really. So basically doing this just so everyone just kind of has an idea of what my program looks like, how I'm and what I'm doing to progress. And just so you know, yes, week in, week out, we do the same exercises. That is how we know we're getting stronger, because we're doing more reps of the same weight, or we're doing more weight with the same reps. But yeah, we're coming up to the end there. This guy, he's on the floor. He's tripled. He tried his best. But that's been RasLunacy. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Signing out.